Hello viewers, welcome back. This is ICSE History. Now how to answer to the point. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please do it as early as possible because you will be getting this kind of tips again and again. Now suppose the question of history is, these are the previous year's questions. Number 1, Prime Minister enjoys a unique position in Indian political setup. Union executive consists of the President, Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. In this context, answer the following. Question A. State the position of the Prime Minister regarding any two of his powers in relation to the President of India. This is a 3-mark question. B is mention 3 categories of ministers in order of their rank and status. This is also a 3-mark question. C is mention any 4 legislative powers of the cabinet. This is 4-mark question. Now the answer for A is all powers of president are actually exercised by the Prime Minister. As the executive head, his powers are as follows. Now you have to write any 2 points from this. He is the leader of the Council of Ministers. He presides over cabinet meetings. He is a link between cabinet and the president. He is a leader of Lok Sabha. President issues ordinance on advice of the Prime Minister. The President appoints ministers of the state on advice of the Prime Minister. President summons and prorogues Parliament on the advice of Prime Minister. So you have to write any 2 of this. Okay. Now answer for B. The categories. Number 1 is cabinet ministers. These are the most important and senior members. Second is ministers of state. They may or may not hold independent charge of any portfolios. And number 3 is deputy ministers. Now C. The legislative powers of the Prime Minister, the cabinet. Introduction of bills or source of information, amendment of the constitution, issuing ordinances, summoning houses of the parliament. You have to write any 4 of this. Now question number 2. The horrors of 2 world wars led to the formation of United Nations Organization, while the formation of non-aligned movement followed later. In this context, answer the following questions. A. Mention any 3 aims and objectives of UNO. Explain any 3 functions of the Security Council and explain any 4 factors that led to the formation of NAM. Now A is, you have to write any 3 of them. To create faith in human rights, or to achieve international cooperation in solving social, cultural or humanitarian problems, or maintains international peace and security, or develop friendly relationship among the nations, or to be a center for harmonizing actions of the nations. So this is A. Now coming to B. The answer for B are these. The Security Council functions: maintain international peace and security, or investigate any situation which might lead to international friction, or formulate plans for establishment of system to regulate armaments, or recommend methods to settle disputes, or take military actions against aggressors, or appoints secretary generals, or recommend admission of new members. These are, means you have to write any 3 of them. Now C is the factors responsible for NAM. Global tension caused by Cold War, a right of independent judgment, or formation of a collective force, or reaction against system of military alliance, or struggle against imperialism and colonization, or use of moderation in relation to all big powers or need for peace. Now question 3. The President and the Vice President are parts of the Union Executive. In this context, answer the following. What are the 3 qualifications required for election as Vice President of India? B. State 3 functions of the Vice President. And C is explain briefly any 2 legislative and 2 executive powers of the President. This is a 4 marks question. Now A is, he may be a citizen of India, he may not be less than 35 years of age, he should be qualified to be elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, or he must not hold any office of profit either under union or state government. B. The Vice President acts as ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, or he regulates debates and proceedings of the houses. He decides orders of speech, admissibility of resolution, or adjourn the house in case of grave disorder, or, this is a very vital function, he takes over the office of the President in case of President's death or removal. Any 3. Now C is legislative powers. Addresses sessions of Parliament, or dissolves Lok Sabha, or nomination of members, 2 for Lok Sabha, 12 for Rajya Sabha, or assent to bills, or formation of new states, or issue ordinances. So you have to write any 2 of them. Executive powers. The President should be the head of the Union administration. He should appoint Prime Minister. He appoints the Council of Ministers. He appoints Chief Justice and judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts. He appoints state governors. He appoints the Attorney Generals of India. He appoints the Comptroller and Auditor Generals of India. So please subscribe the channel and please share it among your friends and well-wishers. Thank you so much.